My hair is so bad. I am so sorry, but I really need to get a haircut. And I don't have the time right now to do it. And I had to read them all. Like, I had to read them. What the fuck? The actual book I only read in the drivers. In the Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, hi, I'm Ra and I love to read and talk about books, and this is a channel where I do that because it's the only thing I know how to do right, talking about books. So, for this video, I have my wrap-up video of last month, which is a wrap-up video of January. Happy February! I hope you had an amazing first week of February, and I am very excited for what videos I'm going to be posting this month. So, like, subscribe, well, not like, but like, subscribe to the channel if you want to see those, because things are coming and I'm so excited. Okay, so for this video, as I said, I want to tell you the books I read last month. And the thing is, I only read 2 books last month because I got very, focused on university last month. I had all my finals last month. I could not read. It took me so long to read like anything. It was so hard for me to actually get time to read because I was so focused on university. I forgot that I was reading. I forgot that I had, this video to film or other videos to film. I forgot everything that was not related to my university degree and my finals. So I am so sorry to announce that this month I only read 2 books, and the thing is, one of them I read it last week. Like, I read one whole book last week because it is a very short book. But the thing is, the only book that I actually read last month was Fourth Wing. You already saw the non-spoiler video that I posted. In case you didn't, I'm gonna put it on the eye. But the thing is, I've been reading this book since November, if I'm not wrong, and I finished it last month. That is how much it has taken me to read this book. Not because it's not good, because it is an amazing book. It's just I got, very caught up with university, and just things started happening to me and I could not, handle everything. So last month I finally finished Fourth Wing, and I'm here to tell you about it because, oh my god, this book. You probably know everything about this already. If you have seen my, reading vlog, you already know my thoughts on it, but I'm here in case you haven't seen that and you want to see it later, again on the eye. I'm here to tell you about it because, it is a wrap-up. I have to tell you about the books I read, and this is the only book I read last month, so it is the book I have to tell you about. So Fourth Wing, it was an amazing book. I didn't rate it 5 stars though. I rated it 4.75 because it was amazing, but it was not that, I didn't have that 5-star feeling, but it was an amazing book. And it is basically a mix between Divergent and Game of Thrones, and like a lot of like those dystopian kind of books, and like Game of Thrones with all the dragons and all that stuff. And it is amazing. I loved it. At the end, I was shocked. Like, I could not believe the end of this book. Like, the end of this book, I freaked out, I shouted, I sent, I don't know how many audios to my friends talking about the end of this book because it was so not predictable. It was so unpredictable, it is crazy. And this book, it basically talks about Violet, who is in this, world that is divided in different sections, like in the Divergent, like kind of similar, and she goes to the RAEDS quadrant. And basically, those are like the policemen, not exactly, but just so you to understand. And she goes there, right? And she basically has to do this like exam and things to be worthy of being on the Riders Quadrant. And the thing is, the people who are in the Riders Quadrant, they have a dragon. They have a special connection with the dragon. If you cannot drive a dragon, you ride one. The thing is, she has to get the dragon like everyone else, and like things happen with this one guy called Satan, which is the love of my life, aka my book husband. I love him. This is enemies to lovers, for sure. This is an enemies to lovers book. Obviously, it is a fantasy. What were you expecting from a fantasy book if not, enemies to lovers? What were you expecting, Mary? What were you expecting? Because if you were not expecting enemies to lovers, I don't know what you actually wanted to see in this book. But it was an amazing book. I adored it. I don't know how much I can tell you without spoilers because I loved it so much. I really want to tell you every single thing about it with spoilers and everything, but I can't. So that is my little, take on the review on this book. I loved it so much, and I wish everyone could read this book because it is amazing. And even if you don't like fantasy or dystopian, just read it. You're gonna love it. This book talks about specific topics that I was not expecting. Like, this book talks about death in a way that I was so surprised about. Like, this book touches some specific topics that you would not expect to read in a fantasy book. It is so good, and there's always something you're gonna like. I think everyone should read it because I think you're gonna like something about it, even if it's completely different from what anyone else said. You're gonna like it. Like, there's no way you don't like this book. Like, there's probably people who didn't like it, but I don't understand why, and I would love to hear people's thoughts, like hear everyone's thoughts, so I could actually understand why people liked it or loved it or hated it. Like, I want to know what you thought of this book if you read it. So if you did read it, please let me know what you think. I really want to know your opinions. I want to have a wide range of opinions on this book because I loved it, but I also know that there's people who probably hated it for other reasons, or maybe for the same reasons as mine. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just rambling now. The thing is, I adore this book so much. You should definitely read it. It is very good. It is not it is long if you're not used to long books. It has 500 pages maybe. I don't even know how many pages. Yeah, 500 pages, around 500. So if you don't like long books, maybe this is not the best for you because 500 maybe it's a lot for you. But for me, that I read normally between 300 600 pages page books, this book was right up my alley on page number, on pacing, because it is very it's medium pace. So I normally read medium pace books, and the topics and the themes and the genre of the book, this book was literally right up my alley. And if you like similar things to me, you should completely read this book because you will love it. Now, as I said, that is the only book I read last month, but I also said I read one whole book during the last week of January, and that book is this little book that I have here on my ebook that is called An Angel's Heart by Annette Miller. This book is the book that I picked for it was my January pick for book tasters, and this specific book is so good. This is a fantasy paranormal romance, and I've never read something like this before. I loved it. The thing is, I loved it so much. I was not expecting to like it as much as I did because it is so good, and it is basically about this girl who has these powers but doesn't know why she has those powers and why those powers are changing. And there's this other guy trying to help her. There's a lot of things going on, and a lot of magical and paranormal things relate to the actual book that I loved. So I would really recommend you to read this book. But I do have to say, this book is the third book from a trilogy or a saga of books. So maybe you should actually read the other, the ones before this one, because the thing is, book tasters sent me this book specifically, not the other one. So I picked this one out, and I didn't know it was a part of saga until I went to Goodreads to put it in my, reading tab. So that's when I found out the book is part of saga. But the thing is, it's so good. I really recommend it if you like paranormal romance, you like power stuff, powers and magical things. I would really recommend you to read this book. And again, the whole saga. I'm probably gonna read the whole saga. That is the other book I read. It is very short. This one has 175 pages. I read it last week of January, if I'm not wrong, because again, it is very short. So I'm just gonna read this, and this is the shortest video, shortest wrap-up video I have ever filmed, I think, because again, I only read 2 books last month because of problems and things that happened in my life, but I am here for so many more books to read. I'm here for many videos to come, so be ready for what is coming. So I hope you enjoyed this little video because it's literally going to be so short. I hope you really enjoyed this short video. If you did, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you get notified when I post a brand new video, and I'll see you all guys on the next one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you another time. Bye!